People are still evacuated tonight after two sinkholes popped up in their neighborhood. And tonight, the holes are getting bigger. Just within the last few hours, the county inspector declared one home unsafe.
And this isn't the first time this neighborhood has dealt with sinkholes, and it may not be the last either. But next time, they may not be fully insured. Local 6 reporter Mike DeForce is in Lake County's Green Valley Country Club neighborhood to show us why.
Well, Jackie, if you were to get a large sinkhole like this one damaging part of your home, or even a much smaller sinkhole that causes cracks in your walls or makes it hard to open and close your doors, the repairs should be covered by sinkhole insurance if you purchased it. However, a proposed state law aimed at preventing insurance fraud could also make it more expensive for you to fix problems like this.
I'm trying to take a picture too.
A Lake County building inspector deems this house unsafe because the sinkhole has started to open up under a small corner of the back porch. However, he believes the damage is minimal and the house can easily be saved.
It's definitely not condemned. No, it can be fixed.
If the house was condemned, the loss would be entirely covered by homeowners insurance. But since it's likely not going to be condemned, the only way the insurance company will pay for these repairs is if the owner has purchased optional sinkhole coverage. As the law stands right now, that additional sinkhole insurance should cover most of the repair costs. However, some lawmakers want to limit that insurance payout to just 25% of the home's value. In other words, if your home is worth $200,000, the most the insurance company would pay out for sinkhole repairs is $50,000.
I've never seen a home that can be repaired for $50,000. Typically, you're looking at a minimum of $100,000 to $150,000. And what that means is if this bill goes through, a homeowner's got to come up with an extra $100,000 or $150,000 just to fix their home.
The purpose of a 25% cap would be to cut back on insurance fraud. Some homeowners have tried to blame sinkholes for pre-existing cracks in walls and the foundation that may simply be the result of the house settling. But attorneys who represent sinkhole victims say the proposal hurts honest homeowners.
If this legislation goes through, however, if this were to happen a year from now, there's a serious question as to whether the insurance would even cover to fill up the hole, much less support the structure.
We left a message with State Representative Brian Nelson of Apopka, an insurance agent who is sponsoring this bill. We have not heard back from him, but obviously sinkhole problems are nothing new in Central Florida. Joining us now, Elizabeth Hart, with more on how these sinkholes form. I mean, these things can happen anywhere, anytime, right?
They really can pop up anywhere in Central Florida. It's been happening for millions of years, Mike, and it will continue to happen for probably as long as we're around in Florida. I want to zoom in on the sinkhole for you. You can't really get a great perspective on it, but look at some of the underlying bedrock there. Now I want to show you a close-up view of something called karst topography. Yep, this is limestone after it's interacted with groundwater. Most of Florida is composed of limestone in the bedrock layer, and once that groundwater starts percolating around the limestone, it actually is acidic enough that it eats holes in the rock, and after enough time, the rock completely erodes away, and without that support system for the ground above, everything collapses once that rock is eroded, and you get this, a sinkhole. Now look at the distribution of sinkholes in Florida. The majority of these, indicated by the little blue dots, are clustered in the area between Tampa, Orlando, and Ocala. It's an area that's very prone to sinkholes because of the rainfall patterns, also because of some of the chemical compounds found in the rainwater and the groundwater, and also citrus farming contributes to it because it allows for changes in the groundwater level that can result in sinkholes. So here's what you need to know. This is going to continue to happen because we are positioned on limestone, and the groundwater will just keep eating away at it. About 15% of the U.S. consists of this type of soluble limestone, and this is just part of the natural draining process. So something that we're going to have to live with, but I guess here on the eve of St. Patty's Day, maybe the luck of the Irish will be with the folks out here in Lake County, and they won't have any more additional issues in the short term with sinkholes. Reporting live from Lake County, Elizabeth Hart, Local 6.